afternoon. Okay, no, it's not working. It's working here, good. Good afternoon, everybody. Renee Wenzel, and for those who haven't met me, I'm the training officer at the National Office. I started there at the beginning of the year. So we're going to look at talent management. This is something new within the ministry. It is going to launch as we start piling it. Okay, so let's have a look at the pillars of talent management. Talent management is built on recruitment, bringing this into the ministry. This is actually the recruitment of our members. Then there's learning and development. Learning and development is not called learning and development within the ministry. It's called equipping opportunities. Then we have performance. What do you think performance is within the ministry? Winning souls. Our compensation. What is our compensation? The souls, absolutely. And then succession planning. We need to enable other people to do what we are currently doing. Why do we need talent management? It's a developmental opportunity, an opportunity for you to discover what skills, what talents, what abilities and gifts you have. Resource planning, we're able to actually see what skills, talents, and resources are actually within the ministry. How many of you work for corporate environments or work in corporate? Used to work in corporate? Okay. In the corporate environment, there's always somebody who is being trained up and prepared for your position. Within the ministry, that's exactly what we need to start doing as well. We need to start looking at upskilling people to go into the next level within the ministry. Whether it is a member going on to the cabinet going on to area director level or area level, right up to national cabinet. We need to identify roles where it's important that we're actually developing. Accountability, we've heard the word several times. Accountability, it stops with us. We need to make sure that people are taking accountability, and ultimately, I am responsible for my own development. Nobody else is. There's got to be specific goals that we're wanting to achieve with talent management. Those goals, we know what some of the goals are already. However, the goals will develop as we develop the process. Our members, we don't know everything about our members, so we need to actually get a pool of information from our members to see what talent is there. In the corporate world, we have a job description, and we need to meet the requirements within that specific job description. For our members, we don't have a CV that we're going to give out first. It's a question of, can I fill the role or not? For succession planning, we need to make sure our members are able to move up into the next level within the ministry. We also need to look at what your strengths are. It's very difficult to operate in an area where it's not your strength. My strength, don't ever put me into finances. Okay. Think about it. What is your strength? Okay, so some of the tools that we use there, we're going to look at your calling, we're going to look at your talents, we're going to be looking at your gifting. We're going to make use of a DISC profile. I'm going to show you what that looks like. We'll make use of Myers-Briggs. We'll do a competencies and skills audit. And we'll also have a look at habits and behaviors. All of these are not happening immediately. I want to reinforce, this is going to be a piloting process, and by 2019, we will have a better understanding as to how we're going to roll this out into the ministry. We've already started with a habits and behaviors analysis with the National Cabinet. Right, so there are 4 people. I'm sure you've seen them all before. Donald Trump, Dolly Parton, Diana, sorry, I'm going around that way because D-I-S-C, good. Okay, and then Bill Gates. Now, if you have a look, DISC stands for dominance, I for influence, S for steadiness, and the C is for compliance or for concisiveness. Okay, so compliance is somebody who's going to follow the rules. Dominance, we all know. Donald Trump is out there. Everybody knows who Donald Trump is. Here, anybody not know who Dolly Parton is? Okay, now the reason for that is she's got a lot of influence. Okay, and then Diana, would you consider her somebody who is steady? If she met new people, was she always the same? If there were children, she was always amongst the children. She had a great love for people. She spent a lot of time with people. Okay. Right, if we have a look at brain profiles, anybody here ever had a look at their own specific brain profile? Okay, very interesting. If you have a look at the blue and the green quadrant, that's your left side of your brain. On the right-hand side, you've got your yellow and your red. The blue side, let's just go back to the blue side there. Those are your people that are your academics and all the bean counters. All right, then we move on to the green. Green is more people that are goal-driven. These are people that you want to manage your projects. They see all the detail. They'll tell you do 1, 2, 3, and we will be able to achieve this. Then you have a look at the front red, which is going to be your thinkers, your dreamers. You'll give them an idea. These are people, they are also visionaries. They think into the future. These are people that you want around you to inspire to actually go forward. Then you have your red quadrant. These are people who love other people. If there is an opportunity to do something new, but how are the people going to feel about this? Okay, can you all identify something about one of the quadrants? Okay, here's a whole lot of people. This is now Myers-Briggs. Just a quick exercise. Myers-Briggs looks at whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, whether you are sensory or whether you are intuitive. It also looks at whether you're a thinker or a feeler, if you're a perceiver or judgmental. Judgmental is being able to make a decision really quickly. So, just a quick one here for everybody. Are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? Okay, think about that. You one or the other. Are you sensory? So if I give you a new task to do you prefer doing what you've always done? Or I give you a new task to do and you say, here's an opportunity to do something new. Sensory or intuitive? Am I a thinker? If somebody says something to me, do I actually think about it continuously? Or do I feel hurt or happy about what they've said to me? And then having a look at whether I'm a perceiver or judgmental. So if somebody, again, says something to me, have I internalized it, or have I made a decision really quickly? Do I need some more time to think about things? All right, and those are the 4 areas that you're going to have a look at when doing a Myers-Briggs. So these are just some of the people and the differences between them. There you will see that Einstein is an introvert. He is... Glasses are not working. Okay. Let me tell you about the lady just in front of him. That could actually be me. It's a very bad drawing of me. I am an INTJ, so I'm actually, even though I'm standing here, I'm an introvert, okay? Depending on the situation that I'm in, I will be an extrovert. Okay, so I'm a borderline introvert-extrovert, and then I am also somebody who's intuitive, I am a thinker, and I'm also judgmental. So please, if I speak to you after this, please don't think I'm judging you, all right? Okay, so if we have a look at your skills, we're going to do a skills audit. We have an internally built, well, a customized, no, it's not customized, it was built internally, skills audit. So it consists of a number of questions, but it tells us a lot about you as an individual, the skills that you have, and also the competency level that you are able to function at. This is what we need in order to determine what training needs to take place within the ministry. Okay, here is the habits and the behaviors. The gray section in the middle is an indication of a group of people and their average abilities and how responsive they are to all of those different areas that are tested. The people in the middle, you'll see there's a pink line, and then on the outside is a red line. Those are the two different people within the specific team. If we take something, for example, being quick and easy and efficient, you'll see that the person, the red line and the pink line, they won't have a problem working together, and they'll work very closely with the rest of the team. However, when it comes to collaborating and cohesiveness, you'll actually find that the person on the inside with the pink will actually withdraw a little bit, but the person on the outside could be quite extreme about collaborating. It's going to be about involving everybody. Okay, so just some of the benefits quickly. There's growth potential for individuals within the ministry. Professional development. This is going to give you an opportunity to find out things about yourself that you don't necessarily know about yourself, but it's not just for the ministry, it's also for you as an individual. Attract younger members. We've heard it so many times, we need to start attracting younger people. Younger people want to know what's in it for me. If they are able to learn new things about themselves, it's something that motivates them. Retention and re-engagement. This is to keep our members that we currently have, but also to re-engage people. We need to make sure that people are mobilized, that they understand what their abilities are, what their God-given talents are, and where they can be used within the ministry. We're also going to look at new opportunities. Okay, and then just going forward, we're going to continue with the habits and behaviors. We've actually done the skills audit, as I mentioned, with the national team, cabinet. We're going to move on to doing a skills audit, which will be towards the end of end of this year, beginning of next year. And it's going to be taken right down to camp level. Okay, and that is talent management. Thank you.
I'm last, that's why I'm running up the stairs, just to show that there's some energy left here. Right, we've been asked to cut this one short and introduce an extra person, so I'm going to quickly talk, I must just find the backwards and forwards thing, here we go, about the equipment, or the equipment that we are, the models or modules that we've developed to help equip people. And if you forgive me, I'm going to say train or develop people. The equip thing doesn't actually fit nicely on my mouth. So the material we've developed, it comes a little bit back. In 2015, the National Cabinet developed a new strategy, and training and development became one of the key points, 7 points, that was critical for the future success of the ministry. So we started working on what is required. Obviously, awareness was key, and we had to make sure that our cabinet became aware first. The Cabinet became aware, approved all of the work that the National Training Committee has done, and we now are in the process of developing a training and development strategy that will fit very closely to the into the talent management program. We have finished and designed and also completed 6 modules. On our little chart that I'm going to show you just now, it's like a pyramid. The 6 modules are there. We also have, with the help of the program leaders, have 4 program modules that's complete, and I'll explain as to how those are going to be used. We had to employ a training manager in Renee, because without a professional person to lead the training and development, it's very difficult for a part-time group of people to do so. So, we've identified some learning opportunities. Earlier this year, we attended the area rallies, and the area rallies was one of the first actual development opportunities. The gaps that we've identified is that we need to also develop some additional material and additional people. So let's see what the next slide says about that. Blank. Okay. This is my pyramid. It just takes a bit of time. Okay. If we look at the pyramid, the base of the pyramid, there's a square block. Induction program is complete. The people that will present it, the facilitators have been trained, have been sensitized, and in a very few moments from now, we're going to have Evelyn on the front here with us. She's one of the trained facilitators, and she's going to share with us how it's been going, actually doing the induction. It has been agreed with the National Cabinet that every single Gideon and every single auxiliary will have to go through the new induction program. So Tannie Macy, Tino, ek's jammer. You'll have to do it again. It's just like the 10th time, but ek's baie jammer, maar dit gaan lekker wees, moenie worry nie. We find it as a core building block. Then the very next module that will be trained is our prayer and personal witnessing, because we believe the Gideon's ministry is about prayer and personal witnessing. We've heard it for the last day and a half, so that's why it forms the base. All the Gideons, all the auxiliary has to do those. Then there'll be discipling, which is the next part of it, and again, nearly everybody will have to do that. Then you get into the electives. You can then elect, do you want to be trained in one of the programs, the church program, the faith fund, the membership, or the scripture distribution? You can be developed and trained into that. Or do you want to be a more background guy like myself into the planning, organizing, speaker development, public speaking, membership, logistics? Those are modules that you can use anywhere, not only in the Gideons, but you can use it in your personal and private life as well, in your professional life. You'll see that there's 2 more levels of discipling and 2 more levels of little bars. Those are sort of advanced training. If you want to equate it to the bottom being a normal graduate degree, it will be the honors and the masters in any of those topics. Those modules are still to be developed. The brown or the brownish ones will have national qualification certification abilities. So we'll be able to certify nationally qualify people anywhere. You can use it again afterwards. On the very left-hand side, you have little bars. And those bars represent the facilitators. Our facilitators, we've got currently 26. We need 100 immediately to be able to finish the work. In the end, we'll need about 120. So if any of you would like to be a facilitator, you'll see Evelyn in a second. She'll answer some questions for you and show you how easy or how difficult it is to be a facilitator. Please volunteer. We need facilitators. We're not fussy, male or female. Easy. So all the ladies that want to participate, please come. You can actually come and teach the guys something. We think the first phase will take about 6 to 9 months, and thereafter we'll start building. We believe that this pyramid that we've got here should be completed about 2.5 years from now. And obviously, things carry on. There's the facilitators. Look around. Most of them are in the room. You might recognize 1 or 2 of them. Going forward, there will be facilitators at camp level. There will also be facilitators at regional level. If you go and look at our new management model, there are actual regional facilitators that will actually have a little group of people below them that will facilitate, and we will have a proper training structure in place. Recruitment and selection, Renee has spoken about, and that will continue to develop. Training strategy we should have done within the next 3 or 4 months. We'll roll it out once the cabinet has approved it to the whole ministry. We're going to now ask Evelyn to come and quickly sit with us. I know we've got no minutes left, but I think we're allowed till 5 past, aren't we? Gerard? 5 past, isn't it? We've just rolled 2 things in one. That's why we ran out of time.
I was quite fascinated about the fact that I would see a Bible in the drawer. And I was like, and I also worked with the abused woman. And whenever I wanted Bibles, it wasn't readily available, you know. So I wanted to join the Gideons. And then I prayed much about it because I didn't know what it entailed. And when I did speak to the president in our area, he said to me, my husband's got to join in. And I was like, oh my gosh, getting that done. But amazingly enough, after chatting to my husband, and he joined in.
Well, if David's husband in the crowd.
No, I don't think he's in the crowd here today.
Well, he's not.
Yes.
Well done.
So he's very passionate about it as well. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Maybe you want to ask some questions, or maybe words while you're thinking about it. Don't you want to share some of the experiences as a assistant with us?
Okay, when Sean came into our camp and he asked about facilitators, everybody was silent. So I didn't know what a facilitator meant, but I thought, what it entailed in the Gideons. So I just thought, oh, this is something new. Maybe I can try it. And then he encouraged me and he said, well, go for it. And then they said, go and do an online survey. And I said, well, God, this is in your hands now. I'm going to do the survey. And then I got a reply saying that, welcome, Evelyn, and I got a call as well from the national office, and I said, yeah, this is exciting. So
literally, you were at the right place, the right time, because the Lord has called you.
Well, and then I got to meet Renee, and before we met Renee, she called me at all the moments that I was in the shopping mall or wherever, but she was so accommodating in trying to get a training on a day, because then I had a function and I had a wedding and I had something else to attend to, and Renee just persevered. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be the obstacle in trying to get her to change dates.